Hey, this is Tyler Keller from Team Nova Circuit. This past Saturday at Murfreesboro, I took second with the Gardevoir list that Chris Szymanski actually used within London. As I was watching the stream of London, I saw his list and decided to build it the morning of. Alright, first off, we're going to start off with the basics. We have your 4 routes. Pop that fourth one down there, just for the consistency base. Then, as he did, he went with the 2 Psychic Corellias and your 1 Fairy Corellia. That way, in your metal matchups, you actually had it where they can't one-hit KO you. Your typical 3 Gardevoir, just because of the fact Infinite Force is your main attacker. You want to make sure you're just pumping that energy down. You also have the Twilight GX that allows you to take 10 cards from your discard pile, put them back into your deck. Most players will use that ability in the Gardevoir matchup. That way, Trash Lance doesn't do that much damage towards the end of the game. This was a little spice to it. The 2 Gallade. 2 Gallade was mainly forced to value. With the value being popular and the metal getting popular, since the value is weak to fighting, playing 2 Gallades actually ensures you to A, not prize Gallade, and B, being able to one-hit KO with Sensitive Blade after playing a supporter that turn. Next, we got our supporter Pokemon, your Tapu Leles. You have 3 of them, mostly for the consistency to get the turn 1 Bridget, like every game does. And then you also have the 1/1 Octillery. I chose this over, like Chris Szymanski, and I choose this over the Oranguru, just because of the fact this is guaranteed to net you at least 2 cards per turn, which is Oranguru would not be able to as much if you had such a huge hand. Lastly, you had the Vulpix. The Beacon Vulpix. This is a great starter, especially if you're going second, being able to, after Bridgeting, getting the Ralts down and the Remoraid, you can Beacon, get one of the Corellias or Gardevoirs if you have Rare Candy, and get that Octillery out so you can start drawing the next turn. As always, you have the 4 Sycamore, 4 in for your supporter lines. With the fact that we no longer have Verse Seeker, you want to kind of up your counts of supporters nowadays. So 4 Sycamore, 4 in, and you always remember you can always get them back with the Twilight GX, but it's always good to have. We have 3 Guzma, because since the deck is going to have a huge hitter that's just going to stay active, and it's got a huge HP, and as you find out later that since we're going to show you Max Potion, it's going to stay up there for a while. So not needing that 4th Guzma is alright. You can just get the targets that you just want. And as always, that 1 beautiful Bridget. What all decks play nowadays, some play multiple copies, some play a single copy. This helps you just set up your board turn 1. Since we're in a slower format, it's just a great card to have. Your 4 Ultra Ball for your consistency, just so you can discard 2 cards, get a Pokemon you need. And now for the spice. The 4 Max Potion. This helped me a lot in my games, just being able to attach 1 Fairy to the Gardevoir that's active, Secret Spring to the bench, and just Max Potioning it, attach another one, hit them a little bit, dwindle them down to the point where I can just take the KO and still have an active Gardevoir. 4 Rare Candy. This helps you speed up your evolutions, so you're not sitting there for 3 turns trying to get up to the Gardevoir. You can easily go up to the Gardevoir with the Rare Candy. You have 2 Choice Bands. You have to look at that as another energy card, since Gardevoir does by 30s, so you're counting by 3s. Choice Band just adds that energy where you don't need to actually attach the energy card. 2 Super Rod. As we'll see a little bit, we only play 7 Fairy Energy, so we want to make sure we can net those back in. A lot of people go with the Rescue Stretcher, but since we have those 7, we want to make sure we can put those back in, since we are playing the 4 Sycamore, and we can discard a lot even with the Ultra Ball. We want to make sure we get them back. 2 field blowers. Again, we do have to worry about Gardevoir and also the fact that other people are playing the Choice Band and Float Stones. That way you can stop them from making certain plays. 1 Parallel City. This was great, just both ways going. Being able to hit their bench, make them go down to 3, especially at the beginning of the game where they've already filled up the bench and they don't have a Tapu Lele down yet. That way they can't Tapu Lele, get the supporter they need, the Guzma, the Bridget, the Sycamore, and also for yourself. In my top 8 match versus Greninja, to make sure that he couldn't take an extra 2 prizes, I retreated my Gardevoir, not having a max potion, and paralleled myself down to 3, taking the Gardevoir out of the game so he couldn't take the less prizes that he needed. Then you got your 7 Fairy. This is just pretty much, normally players go 8, the deck goes 7, but since you have the 2 Super Rod, it's alright. You're able to net those energies down. And since you can Secret Spring, you just want to make sure you're constantly having those energies in hand. And then last but not least, the 4 DCE. Since we're doing Infinitive Force, and since it does not specify the type of energy, DCE counts for 60 damage that you're doing to your opponent. This allows you to Secret Spring, attach the DCE, and if you have a second Gardevoir, Secret Spring to the bench, powering up 2 attackers at once and being able to do the minimum of 90 with a Fairy and a double colorless. That way, if you look at the Pokemon that we have nowadays, you have Tapu Lele, which is 170, so that's a 2-hit KO. You also have things like Zoroarks, that they already have a DCE on it, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 150 damage you're doing to Zoroark. So you're 2-hitting that person as well. A lot of people, when they look at this list, they're like, oh, okay, Gardevoir, attach all the energies to active. No, the purpose is 2-shotting, enduring to the very end, just like the Metagross list that we've seen where they play the max potion. But other than that, this is the list. Shout outs to Chris Szymanski. Great run in London. Congratulations. Alex Spears for just being an awesome shop for us to playtest with. I go to their shop every Sunday. I'm also the league leader there that runs leagues there. And then last but not least, just my family and friends just supporting me when I was there, and even if they weren't there, just texting me saying, great job, proud of you. So other than that, thank you all for this video, just for your time.